A lot of people ask me basically like what happened when it comes to my music and where I left off and am I still doing music. And I think a lot of people don't realize the hard work that it takes to put music together. And I'm so passionate about my craft. If I can't do my art the way that I want to do it, then I'm just not going to do it at all. When I made Sideline Girl, that was just something that I did from the heart and for myself more so. So when the song ended up booming in my city, like, I couldn't believe how many young women were going through and experiencing what I talked about in my song. And things just was happening so fast. My music was doing this thing. I was getting a lot of love. All these people wanted to be my friend. It was very overwhelming because even though the music was there in my life, my personal life was not where it was supposed to be at. My mother and I weren't speaking. I was going through a lot of family issues. My family is very strict. And they don't play. And I was kind of wilding out here, like, in the streets, dealing with street niggas, things like that, and my family's no nonsense. So when they put me out, like, and me and my mom weren't at good terms of speaking, I really didn't have anybody but, you know, who I was surrounded by. And I was surrounded by a lot of people that I thought was my friend, but only was my friend because I was popping in the city at the time. So, you know, I went being homeless, living house to house, having to make a decision to let my family care for my son because I didn't have anywhere stable to provide for him to live at. And that was like one of the worst things that I went through. It hurt my pride so much as a mother, like not being able to take care of my son. Like, it really took for me to hit rock bottom and hit the lowest point of my life where I was living in a house with boards on the windows, no working refrigerator, no working stove. Like, one time I had to walk with my son from over by St. Clair damn near all the way to Cleveland Heights just to go to my grandmother's house for us to eat. Like, it really took for me to hit that rock bottom where I really had nobody but myself and I had nothing for me to realize that I needed to change. I just remember getting on my hands and knees, crying my eyes out and begging God for a change. Like, what do I have to, this can't be my life. Like, what do I have to do for things to change? I started going to church. I started praying. I cut a lot of negative, toxic people out. I stopped dating completely because I looked at it as like, damn, I'm damn near about to get evicted out of this hole in the wall that I'm staying at with somebody. Like, no food and nothing. And it's not one nigga that I'm talking to that I could call on for help. Like, my friends had their own things going on. Like, it was just a lot. Like, and it really made me realize that the people I was surrounding myself by really weren't for me and they were the problem. Like, I had to change who I hung with. I had to change my way of thinking. I had to really take time to self-love and really learn who I was and what my purpose was in life. And as I started doing a lot of self-meditation and praying, things just started turning around for me like that. Like, that's when I truly believed that God was real and that he could change your life around. I've been running from him all this time, like trying to find love in the streets and being so angry from my past and what happened to me as a child and, you know, where me and my mother stood. Like, that anger just was not, it was bringing out the worst in me and not the best in me. So when I started to get a lot of clarity, like, it changed a lot for me and I started to feel free. And then next thing you know, me and my mother were back in a good place and everything just started coming together. I ended up meeting a wonderful person, you know, that I'm dating that has been there for me through a lot of what I'm going through. So once I got me together, I was able to get back to the music, you know, because music costs a lot and the industry isn't what it used to be anymore. Like, back then, it was about the talent. Now it's a popularity contest. You know, you gotta look a certain way. You gotta have money, especially in Cleveland. Cleveland is a show me city. Like, you have to be popping and you have to be top notch or they ain't fucking with it. And that's just not where I was at. I had nothing. Like, I'm getting it out the mud. So because I'm getting it out the mud and I don't have the means to really hustle with this shit how other people who have the help do. Like, I don't get as much respect that I feel like I deserve, but it's cool because I'm gonna do what I gotta do like I've been doing, getting it out the mud and grinding, and everything's been coming together. I've been stacking. I've really been fully committed with my music. I've got a great team. I'm working with P the Artist on this project, which my project is called Complicated. And I want to really take you guys through this journey so you can see what us artists really go through and what it took for me to put this project together, and to really get candid with you guys, and you guys see me uncut, just me for who I am. So I hope you rock with it. I hope you rock with my story. I've got a lot to say and I've got a lot coming, so join me on my journey. This is called Complicated, the documentary.
Say I got a funny attitude. I'm not